Morning, guys. Coffee. It's important. Makes me human. Well, welcome to the channel and welcome to another trip out. And today we're going to carry on with our light painting street scenes, and we're going to the next village. Well, it's actually a city in Malta, but they are very small cities. And we're going to walk there, and we're going to set up a camera, and as sun sets, we're going to take these pictures, and we're going to do our light painting. Now, one of the things I wanted to say to you guys is that when you're doing light painting, particularly in an urban environment, particularly in a street where people live, be mindful of the fact that you are disturbing them, and you are shining your torch sometimes in their windows, in their balconies, and in their doorways, and you have to be prepared to explain what you're doing, you know? It always helps, I find, to have a few images on my phone, and I basically show them and say, this is what I did the other week in the next village along, or the next street along. And normally they're very good about it, and they're quite happy to let you carry on, and they even like to see the finished result of their street light painted. So, without further ado, guys, let's go down and take you with me. Let's go and do some light painting. And here at the moment, I don't have a mask on because I'm sitting in the wonderful Cafe Riche. I'm having a coffee before we go on our journey. So, let's see how we get on, guys, and as I say, taking you along, and welcome to have you with me.
Okay guys, so minor panic. I forgot to put my mask on. So, sorted now, but it would have been £100 fine. So, we see how we go from here. So the weather forecast is for a 10% chance of rain, but at the moment I have a blue sky above me, so let's hope it stays that way and I don't get any rain. Now we have the veg van, and I need some broccoli. Do I really want to carry it? I don't know. I'll see what time he's here till. And if he's going to be here when I come back, then what we'll do is we'll order it on the way back. What time are you here till? What time will you be here?
6 or some more.
6, 5. I don't know. And you're here tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow too.
Okay. Because you have the broccoli, you have the stalks just.
No, different.
I don't need the heads, it's too much for me, I just need the stalks. But if you're here, I will see you when I come back.
All right.
If not, then
Take your time.
then be tomorrow, Mala. All right, ciao. So, I will probably still be working by the time that he's ready to go. But I need to get more than just a little bit, so we'll have to do it tomorrow. Here in Malta, we have street vans which sell fruit and veg, and mostly they're here every day. And the stuff is fresh, stuff is good, and very tasty. So we'll see what tomorrow brings.
So I think we'll have a little walk through the park today. It's only a small park, but better than going down a road. So just a small detour, and very pleasant. Now we're coming down to the bus station. And this is coming up to the roundabout, which is the delineation of the line between Bourmla and Burgu. Wait for the traffic. Well, as always, there's always traffic, and a nice fountain in the roundabout. So now we're going to the arch, which takes us into Burgoo, and then we have the narrow streets to negotiate. This is a short walk from my house, guys. Depending how energetic I am, it can be anything from 7 to 12 or 14 minutes. But these narrow streets are like a labyrinth. You turn down one and then you come round the corner and you see another one, but they are full of history. They're full of history and they're full of opportunities to photograph, and the lights in them at night are fantastic. But yes, they're very narrow. Some of them cars can't get down, which are the best ones to photograph. And this is the street we're going to photograph. We get to the corner and we turn around, and because this is a thoroughfare, we're going to put the camera on the pavement.
So here we are, guys, at the location. There's a car parked at the bottom of the street. Maybe I can get rid of that, but we have a couple of street lights, we have some balconies, and we have the church at the bottom, which will be lit up. Now the view will be over from this side, and as I can see, the car is quite prominent. But as I say, maybe I can get rid of the car. But it's worth taking, guys, so let's have a look. We just have to wait for sunset, which is in about 20-25 minutes, so all is cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the camera, the tripod, and then we'll see how we get on. Okay guys, I've still got my mask on, it's very warm. Now I've got the camera set up over here and it's looking down the street. Now the church will be lit up. Well, as it gets dark it will be bright. So the church will be at the bottom of the street and we have this whole street to work with. And I think it'll be good. We've got a couple of street lamps and it's worth having a look at. So what we'll do is we'll find somewhere for you guys so that when I'm light painting you can see what's going on. Now this street is a thoroughfare for cars. So it means that some of the exposures are going to be wasted because of cars coming up and down. But hey guys, we just have to live with it. It's what it is and that's how it is. So let me show you the view through this little camera and we'll get sorted out. So guys, this is the view. The view from the neck on is a little bit wider, and from the left here we have a view of the red house, which is very pretty, and once it gets dark enough we'll start shooting.
I'm not entirely sure, it's better that I go and paint it again. So this is how it works, guys. You can see how dark the street is, and all of the final image has been light painted. How much of the street do I paint? Well, pretty much all of it. So that's how it goes. So actually now, guys, I'm taking a bit longer because I'm changing the battery in the remote control. These batteries wear out very quick, but hey, you can get them quite cheaply. Now this red house which I'm painting, there was an old lady in there, and when I arrived she was standing outside looking. So she didn't speak any English, and there were some passers-by, Maltese passers-by, and I got them to explain that I'd be taking a picture of the street, and that to do it I had to shine a torch to light up the various balconies. And the reason I did all of this, guys, is that I didn't want her to see the torchlight flashing through the windows and to suddenly be very concerned or scared. So it's very, very important, guys, that when you do this sort of work, that you actually consider other people. Remember, it's their home. You're the intruder, not them. So you have to have a philosophical attitude. If people get in the way, you have to just smile and carry on. And if somebody wants to know what you're doing, then you explain it. And that's just the way it goes, guys. So what I normally do is I have pictures on my torch. Sorry, I have pictures on my phone, and if somebody wants to know what I'm doing, I show them a picture and say, hey, I'm taking images like this, and I have to use the torch to put light on the building so that we can see it. So consideration is always a big issue, guys. I've actually been fairly lucky in that very few times has anybody questioned what I'm doing, and if I see somebody looking, I explain immediately anyway. So what I'm doing at the moment is just checking the back of the camera to check that I've got enough light, and I know in this case that I actually haven't, because we're taking about 15 seconds exposures. The camera's at f16, and it takes a lot of light painting to get the stuff in place.
I'm trying to figure it out.
What I'm doing is I'm taking a photo of the street.
Yeah.
But because it's dark,
Yeah.
I want it dark, so I have to put the light on so we see the balconies.
So have we
Sorry?
what light would you use then? What lights would you use then? What lights?
Just the torch.
Just the torch.
And then what I do is I don't know if I have I can show you what I did in the other street. And yes, I can show you one. This is the one I did in the other street.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Oh, wow.
But the problem is, people, why are you shining the torch at me? But I need to see the balcony
Yeah,
and everything.
fantastic. It's lovely to paint it.
Yeah, it's nice that. But are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Mike Sapiecha, and then hopefully if this works out, it will be fine. My battery for the remote control is working.
Very good. We'll keep us
I will be finished with your house in a
Oh,
minute.
we're going in that view.
Thank you.
Il-kalzetti separati, il-qed mhux uqal. Mhux u ieħor il-kallat ieħor għax l-istess. Hemm il-kalzetti waħda jista' jew
So here we are in the street, and people, cars, and this is all something that you have to work around, guys. It's a fact of doing urban photography. Now, when there are people in the street, you can still light paint. You can do a bit where they're not impinging on the image, or the balconies where you're going to blend in something above them. So that's all good. So normally I carry on, but here this lady was interested in what I was doing, so I showed her a picture and gave her a card. And generally people are interested rather than angry or aggressive. Now we have a car coming out, so that's wasted exposure, guys. You know, the car will ruin the ambient light for me, so we just smile, start another one, and off we go. And I'm going back, checking that the exposure is on the camera and that all is good. I've got enough light on the bit I want to blend in. So all of the people you see in the far distance walking around and the cars going past, none of them will be in the final picture, because we have our base image, which the street was deserted. And now what we're doing is we're only adding the bits that we're painting. And this lady lives in the house, and she was there for quite some time. I've speeded this video up, obviously, because I don't want to bore you guys, but she's sat in the middle of the road. And I did think, is the car going to stay there all night? Just wait for her to go, and then I can carry on. Even the cat got fed up waiting. So off she goes, and now we have some people in the street come to visit their friend. And as long as they're not in the bit that I'm painting, it doesn't matter, because I'm only going to add the bit. But obviously these guys have seen the camera, and they're wondering what's going on, and they can see me obviously with the torch flashing around. So a chance to do a bit of breakdancing in the middle of the street, and you know, just stay in front of the camera. So everybody wants to be a star, even me, I suppose. But like I say, guys, as long as they're not actually in front of what you're light painting, you can pretty much carry on, because when you blend it together, you won't blend in the bit with the people in, but only the bit that you've shone the torch on. So this is one of the beauties of it, but as you can see, there is a lot to light paint, and it is a repetitive and a thing that you have to take a great deal of care of. So away we go, guys, and to be honest, we're reaching the end of the street and we're reaching the end of our light painting. We blend it all together in the computer and do our little bit of magic editing, and we end up with a finished shot. So almost there. You can see me using the wireless remote to trigger the camera, and that gives me a few extra feet to get down the street to paint. So
Okay guys, as usual, very difficult. We have a lot of people in the street, they're wondering what we're doing, but hey, you know, they do live here, it's their right. So I just showed them the picture I did the other night on the phone, and no problem. So we've about got what we need. I think we have enough. This is always a guess, guys, because you look at it and then you forget, do you have enough light here? So it's a suck it and see, and quite a different sort of art form. But when it comes together, it's absolutely brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to pack the kit up, and then we're going to go on our way home, and then we'll have a look at what we've got. And I'll take you guys with me a little bit through the narrow streets and see how we get on. So you can see, guys, these street light painting scenes are not easy to do. Not only have you got to remember all the technical things and make sure that you do the light painting in the right place, but you've got to cope with traffic and with people, and you know, it's their homes, so you have to be patient. Well, guys, let's have a look at the final image, and let's hope you think it's worth it. So here we are, guys, with the final image, and as you can see, they've been blended, and we've got all of the light bits, all of the light painting. The bits with me in the picture, well, they've all been cut out. Once you know how to do it, guys, it's not complicated, but it is technical and repetitive. Now, as you can see in the little tape below me, that next year I'm going to run some workshops. I'm going to be doing some Milky Way workshops, but I'm also going to be doing these light painting scenes, street scenes. If it's something you're interested in, send me an email, guys. It's not going to be expensive. Compared to other people, it's going to be about half the price of theirs. And basically that's because I do this to share the knowledge and to have a great time with like-minded individuals. So it's going to be fun. We'll put you up in a little bed and breakfast. We'll have time to spend together off work. But what I will do is I will teach you how to get the raw files, guys. I will teach you what to do with the raw files. I will teach you how to blend them. I will teach you how to edit the final image. So you'll be able to produce in your own homes and your own places. You will be able to produce exactly what I do. So guys, thanks once again for watching. Thanks for being part of the community. And please like, share, subscribe. And if you know people that may be interested in this, send them a little link. Just share it with everybody. Let's keep this channel buoyant, alive, and let's all go forward together. So once again, thank you, guys.